I have genuinely hurt my leg. I was walking by Cranbrook on Thursday and got hit by a stray watermelon. Thank you, Will. I also have to change my speech after the quality of Will's comments. But Headmaster, members of the Cranbrook community, parents, guardians, and the graduating class of 2015. To the boys, thank you for choosing me to speak. When I first heard I was on a short list, I'm not even sure there was a short list, but when I first heard I was on a short list to speak, I was enormously proud. I thought to myself, what an honour that would be. But I also thought to myself, with such an impressive group of parents, it was highly unlikely that I would be chosen. So then, when I was chosen, honour quickly became pressure. So I asked the obvious question. What do you want me to talk about? What are the guidelines? To which they responded, there are no guidelines. Talk about whatever you want. And so here I am on the same occasion as I was going to say the headmaster, but on the same occasion as Will Stenmark, whose oratory skill is well known, and I have nothing to go on. So I asked a few people what they thought I should say, and I said, just talk about what you know. But whatever you do, unless you're a professional comedian, don't try and be funny. I got a message from the boys the next day. You're funny, just be funny. So I looked at previous speeches, and it was very clear what people had spoken about. The school, the teachers, different departments. So, do we realise as a group, in fact, as a country, how lucky we are to have this group of teachers at Cranbrook? And I'll explain why. If they weren't teachers at Cranbrook, some of them may work in border security. They would be protecting our country against contraband and drugs being carried across through our airports. And people hide that stuff. It's hard to find. It's in luggages, it's strapped to their bodies. So let's go back to Thursday. This group of teachers was tasked with guarding the perimeter of just the school. And they were told, stop the Year 12 boys who are attempting to smuggle in watermelons. Let's think about how many places a teenage boy can hide a watermelon. So how did they do? About 100 got through. The country thanks you for working at Vale. And that is why they are teachers. And good teachers, I think the saying used to be, worth their weight in gold. In fact, a few years ago, you would have said, they're worth their weight in coal or iron ore, but that mining boom ended. In fact, that reminds me, imagine how easy it would be to buy a coal mine right now. I don't know if anyone here's bought one recently. Buying a coal mine would be a lot easier now than it was. It's hard to find good teachers. And this is especially true at Cranbrook because Cranbrook has exacting standards. And of late, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but of late, they seem to have added another criteria. Not only do you need to be able to teach chemistry, geography, English, but it seems to me that nowadays to get a job at Cranbrook, you actually have to be English. So I thought, let's make it about the boys. I mean, that's the reason we are here. Previous year speakers have gone on and congratulated their years on their various successes, winning rugby and swimming and national robotics championships. So I thought I'll just list all the achievements of this year. I started working backwards. And I thought, okay, number 1, Thursday, fastest end to a muck-up day in the school's history. But then I worried I'd leave something off. At this stage, the school did contact me and said, look, give the boys some life advice. I thought, I'm a parent, that's what we do. We give advice. We're good at that. But you're a different generation to me. My story's been written and yours is not. But I do know what has been written. What's been written is the chapter of your life that is Cranbrook. And what you may not yet realise is that this chapter has already given you the tools, the ability, and hopefully the confidence to tackle whatever lies ahead. The journey is just as important as the destination. Just like when in year 8, some of the boys set up a supply and distribution network. They picked the wrong product, but they learned a lesson. You have learned resilience and discipline. You have lived a learning experience that will stay with you and guide you for many years. Many of you have dreamt long and hard about finishing school. But while in life a dream is fine, being a dreamer is not necessarily. You are always going to finish school, I think. But to finish, you needed to get the little things correct. You needed to turn up to class, hand that assignment in, make that practice, learn that line, be on time. And whatever you go on to do, and you are not supposed to know what that is right now, I promise you one thing. No one has failed, no one has ever been fired because they didn't have a big enough dream. They failed because they didn't focus on what was in front of their face. Cranbrook has taught you to focus. You're actually well on the way to knowing what you're going to do, you just don't realise it. It doesn't help that everyone says, what are you going to do next year? What are you going to do with your life? But think back across the wide range of subjects and experiences that Cranbrook has given you. Some of them you liked and some of them you disliked. Knowing what you don't like in life is just as important as knowing what you do. You've been taught to accept change, both technological and social. In your school life, Facebook came along, iPhones came along. You are a product of an era of a technological change. Some of us lived in an era that invented CDs from vinyl records and DVDs from video cassettes. You have and you will continue to embrace new technology. But you also live and embrace diversity and social change. Go and look at a graduating class from 20, 30 or 50 years ago. The photos are across the walls of your school. The classes are 100% Anglo-Saxon. Look across your class. You are living ethnic diversity. You also embrace sexual diversity. You accept it as a matter of course. You live your life where you see cultural, ethnic, gender and sexual diversity as the norm, because it is. Society is a better place where people just get on with living. Cranbrook has shown you that. The school has taught you to listen, even though at times it was tough. You've learned how to engage people, how to look someone in the eye, and with respect, express yourself. No matter what you go on to do, you will always learn more from what people say to you than from what you say to them. Some of you worry that you don't have a clue what you're going to do. Some of you think, what's this guy talking about? Some of you are thinking, I've had too much to drink. You will know your thing, your vocation when it comes along. It won't feel like work. You'll wake up in the morning fired up because there's another day for you to learn and improve at something you enjoy. When you wake up and that is how you feel, you've found your calling. Go for it. Find the thing you love. Find the person you love. Some will find it next week, some will take years. It will change. In your professional life, it won't be constant. Don't stop looking, don't stop learning, be resilient. Cranbrook has taught you that. Have fun, but remember to work hard. I'm sorry, there is no substitute. The technology you love has made the world a global marketplace. Your competition is everywhere. But you've learned to compete while at school, be it at sport, be it at debating, or be it in the classroom. Competition will be part of the rest of your life. Compete hard, push boundaries, push yourself, but stay truthful. People's trust in you, once lost, is very hard to replace. Call your parents regularly. Our roles in your life will diminish. In fact, they may have or be about to peak. Your place in our minds will always remain the same. You will always be top of mind. We will always care. We will always want to hear your voice. A text or an email is a convenient update. a way to say you won't be home for dinner. It is not a conversation. Don't underestimate how important that call and the sound of your voice is to those who are most proud of you. Make good choices. Outlive your parents and guardians. You feel invincible. It is normal for 17 and 18-year-old boys. We cannot stop accidents, but be careful of putting yourself in harm's way. You want to be sitting in this room in 30 years' time. You want to feel the sort of, don't take that pill at the concert. Walk away from the altercation in the pub. Be more disciplined. Cranbrook has taught you that. And so, on behalf of all those sitting here tonight, I thank the Cranbrook School for its input into these young lives. I implore the boys to use and further hone the skills you've already been taught. You will lose contact and forget from time to time the people in your year. That's why they have name tags at reunions. But one thing will always be true. You will always be able to say with pride, I went to school with that guy. We were at Cranbrook together. Good luck in the next few months as you tackle exams. You'll try your best, we know that. Your life adventure is about to begin. Enjoy it. But always be grateful for the contribution of everyone in this room, be they your teachers, parents, guardians, classmates, and especially your friends. You will always need others to help you achieve your dreams. Cranbrook has shown me that. I wish you all the best, and I toast the graduating class of 2015.